What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm back on the talk show. I have been gone for a little while. Let me get rid of this air conditioner for a sec. It's hot down here in Florida, and I'm running my own personal air conditioner. Because some people may say, "Oh, you're poor, Austin. You're just one of them white trash poor people." No, I like to keep my own office slash small studio. I have two studios, small studio, climate controlled, and maybe a little bit cooler at night. So as I've been sitting here pondering upon stuff, and I'm like, okay, if you're not following the tech channel and you want to go see tech content along, more, it's more leaning towards Apple, but, about other stuff, including our podcast with me and Justin, you can go ahead and check that out. I'll leave links in the description to my tech channel. But anyways, on with that. My iPad Pro was down for a few weeks, for like 15 days. I'm back. I'll be reacting to some videos. We're going to start off with, well, it wasn't Glenn Beck this time, but it was his show here, and I'll fire up voiceover for my visually impaired
Landscape.
audience.
Track position. Less than a second of 8 minutes 56 seconds. Adjustable. Here's why Biden in the left won't admit a border crisis. 13,069 view. Voiceover off.
Here's why Biden and the left won't admit the border crisis. If you don't know what's going on, or your media is not covering this, and I'll leave a link also to this video down in the description where you can check out Glenn Beck and his channel. He leads a little bit more to the right, but like I said, I like to take a conservative plot twist on a lot of shit. I may not like the current sitting president, and you may not like the current sitting president, or you may like it and you're watching my channel. We are here to come together as Americans and not fight over left versus right. We need to come together and, if this country's being teared down from the inside out, we need to come together level-headed and leave this country the way it was when we were brought into it, for the kids and youngins that we leave for this country when we leave planet Earth. And my good friend Justin, he calls them demon rats, and most of them are that way. They have that reputation where they don't care about life, and this is where I'm about to get into it. I was gonna react to the actual video, but the Border Patrol agent and the guy is speaking in Spanish, so I'm trying to advocate for my blind audience. So without further ado and me rambling, let's get on with the video.
Our Border Patrol doesn't get nearly enough credit.
No, they do not.
Man, they do a lot of great things. Seriously great things. Saving people's lives over and over and over and over. And they get no credit for that. I mean, they find people in bad ways at the border all the time because, I don't know if you know this, but when you cross the border...
I personally have not seen the border. Like, I've seen it in photos, videos, and footage and stuff like that. But I've never been down to the border of Texas all the way across to California. But all I've seen in the videos and stuff like that is you got desert upon desert upon desert. It's not pleasant.
You're not necessarily in the nicest, most civilized part of the country.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of times it's hot, and there's very little water to go around. You might have a long walk ahead of you, even when you get here. Yeah, depending on where you cross, it can be somewhat dangerous. And the Border Patrol finds people, brings them to hospitals, gives them medical care on site a lot of times, gives them water and food and sustenance, and then a place to stay. And they just...
While he was rambling, I want to give a big shout out to our Border Patrol and how they had to put up with all this under the current administration. Well, Biden's administration. Which honestly, not looking at this because I personally voted for Trump, but looking at this on the grand scheme of things versus what Trump did versus what Obama did versus Biden honestly is going down as one of the worst presidents. Just, this is my point of view, looking at it all the way back to when Obama started in office.
This is heartbreaking. One of the agents on the border just found an abandoned 10-year-old boy last week in the Texas desert near the U.S.-Mexico border.
And like I said, if you don't like cursing, well, this is where it starts getting bad. What the fuck have we become? We have a president and a vice president that she equally has her hands on the border patrol crisis stuff, and she won't do nothing about it. But she visited her house or whatever out in Los Angeles, California. You're a fucking vice president. You were voted into office to lead this country, run this country, and do what you were elected to do. You are not upholding what you're supposed to do. You are a fucking joke as a vice president, Harris. And Biden, you're a fucking joke. You're a fucking old hag joke. You are. God, this country is just on a road to hell.
He was with a big group of people who were crossing the border with coyotes.
Oh, I'm not
Apparently
surprised.
his family wasn't with him. And they just abandoned him. They
Wow.
just left him there and took off.
Wow.
So the child is seen sobbing and asking for help, and he tells the border agent was off duty when he found him. And, he said,
I'm not for immigrants not coming into this country. If you want to come and actually find a good place to work and whatever, it may not be the best. Me and Jess were talking about this privately. It may not be the best, but this is better than some places like Cancun, Mexico, and all that. It is better here than it is in, say, other locations. But with the rate that we're going at, with the 20,000 kids that have stormed the border illegally, oh, God, this is getting bad. And it's just going to get worse. And Biden's only been in office for now. Okay, Google, how many months ago was January 20th, 2021?
2 months, 3 weeks.
What the fuck? I would expect this in a year. Maybe 2 years. Not that early. What the fuck?
he was trying to find his way home. Said, and they can rob me, kidnap me. I'm scared. Well, yeah, you're 10. I'm older than 10. I'd be scared being abandoned on the border like that.
I'm visually impaired. If I was sighted, I'd be the same way. I'd be scared. Because I wouldn't have no weaponry. I wouldn't be able to kill something if I was just stranded with no protection. I honestly would be scared, and I'm 18. And that's just the natural human in me. And you can't sit there and say, oh, I would not be scared. Any one person that can be hardcore, biggest badass son of a bitch, you're gonna... It's scary to think that there could be poisonous snakes. There could be a lot of things out there. And not pleasant things.
So the agent asks, well, what happened? And the boy says, it's that I was walking with a group and they left me behind and I don't know where they're at. Then the agent asks him, you don't know where you're at? They left you behind? Alone? And the boy replies, of course they left me. They left you behind by yourself. You're not traveling with your mom or dad or anybody.
Wow.
And he says, no, buddy. I was with a group to turn myself in to you, and they left me behind, and I came to look for help. This is part of the border situation that's never discussed. Then it falls to us.
Biden, Harris, your local news networks. Oh, but if this was Trump, this would have been thrown down our throats left and right. Canada would be hearing about it. Everyone around the fucking world would be hearing about it. Oh, because it's Biden. Let's not talk about it. Crickets. That. I like to cue crickets right now, but I do not have a cricket sound effect right now.
Us to take care of poor kids like this who've been abandoned or turned over by their family to some group of people that's heading north to the border. A coyote, perhaps, who probably made $7,000 per person in the group.
Wow.
They don't really care about anybody. They got their money. They don't care about anybody in that group.
No.
And so securing the border is good for everybody. Mm-hmm. It stops a lot of these problems.
I'm going to leave it off on this note. If your yard can have a fence, then why the fuck do you have a problem with Trump and his wall? If your yard has a fence surrounding it, then why can't Trump do what he wants to do as commander-in-chief? And why can't we leave that there to protect our border from these cartels and these coyotes from bringing these people over? And I might have joked about Mr. Cloud Army and say that he got brought over by a coyote. But to be really honest with everyone, it's bad news. I was looking into this. They are selling children, live humans, trading them off into the United States for like one head would equal as high as $7,000 to $14,000 per head. This is higher than drugs now. This is hitting a level of just pure evil. This is sickening. And I'm not no big Christian person, but this is reaching levels of what the fuck? I'm not for this at all. Even if I was a leftist, I would not really be honestly for this. This is sickening. And it kind of stimulates down to the parents. Why the fuck are you sending your children with people to the United States? Are you that fucking stupid? God, if you're gonna have a child, at least have a brain while you have that child, you fucking Mexican dumbasses. And I'm in a Skype group with one person, and they love to, they lick Mexicans' dick. Or Mexico's dick. Yeah. Your country's so beautiful. Sending people right to the United States. Oh, let's let coyotes use children for profit. Yeah, totally. What a piece of shit Mexico is. I thought y'all were okay, but man. Yeah, this is worse than Obama and putting kids in cages. Trump putting kids in cages. Speaking of Trump and putting kids in cages, why the fuck is Biden and Harris still pondering over Trump and his supposed kids in cages? When they got facilities all the way up to Longview Beach, California, housing, and all the way out east to Dallas, Texas, and other facilities throughout the United States, housing 20,000 migrants. As of the recording, as the stats were labeled, on the 9th of April, 2021. It might have changed by the time this video is out. Maybe 30,000 by now.
I'm not going to stop all of them, but it will discourage, if you have a secure border, a border wall, and good enforcement, and border patrols that monitor who's jumping over the wall and who isn't, you're going to cut down on these kinds of incidents. They just will. Less and less of these kinds of things will happen. You're not going to have 18,000 unaccompanied children that you're going to have to house somewhere. 7 times the number that they had at the peak of Donald Trump when everybody...
Okay, Google. 18,000 divided by 7.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Okay, Google. 18,000 divided by 7.
18,000 divided by 7 is approximately 2,571.43.
So about 2,000, if you want to round that off, 2,600 kids. And people want to tell me Biden's being a good president? Looking at the facts, my friends, that's all. You can judge for yourself.
252.
As I am a constitutionist, independent person. You know, I'm not Republican or Democrat, aka demon rats around here, as I like to call them, too. Thank you, Justin, for that metaphor. No, this is uncalled for. Like I said, it's almost 3 o'clock in the morning. I could do the math on my own, but I'm just like using the Google Home because why the hell not?
was crying and screaming about what a horrible humanitarian crisis that was.
It will never cease to amaze me that
Oh my God, what a horrible humanitarian crisis we have on our hands. Mr. Orangebeard's putting kids in cages. I'm getting sick. And this is not good. But on a serious note, like I cannot yell, and I just did. But whatever. Yeah, totally. We had a humanitarian crisis. Now we have 20,000 kids. Practically 20,000. 20,000 illegal immigrants and their children. anywhere from ages of like 8, 10, all the way up. You're talking 17. I think there's in Dallas, Texas, there's a facility of 2,200 kids with and I haven't even went into the COVID positive rates here. And y'all know my stance on COVID. A lot of it is BS and a political push by the left. By the left Marxists. They want to lock down all Americans, but yet, we don't want to leave kids in Mexico. Let's have them storm our border and we won't do a fucking thing about it. Well, they didn't say fucking thing, but they probably said, let's not do a damn thing about it. Or probably even cleaner than that because they're all a bunch of snowflakes.
The humanitarian side of this argument is we should just let people flow over the border into the deserts and
Isn't that
see
crazy?
what happens.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's incentivizing this behavior, of course, by promising, we went from a president who at least publicly signaled he didn't want people to come across the border and did do a lot of things to try to help that process along. Very difficult to get that stuff done, of course. But to a president who says, hey, yeah, sure, don't come. Of course, if you do come, we want to tell you right now that if you are a child, anybody under 18, you're automatically not going back. That's what he said.
Yeah, you're in.
You're
And
automatically
not
in.
going to send you back.
It can feel like your plants
Wow. Just wow. Of course I got an ad, but wow.
are full of secrets.
Wow. I have no words anymore.
Until you have the block.
And we're going to give you food and shelter, and we're going to find a place for you to live. Because now it's our responsibility. We're going to do all that. It's
Fucking hell. I'm an American living off a 40-hour job. At least I got my own private business, and then I got these YouTube channels. The tech channel, the lifestyle channel that I hardly upload to, which soon will be changing. And then I got the tech channel, and then soon the AJ Tech podcast. I work my ass off, and for little if not nothing. But yet, you can be an illegal immigrant, come across the border, and get everything under the fucking sun. Must be fucking beautiful. Man, isn't it nice how the system's fair?
just crazy. It's just crazy. And the problem is so bad now that not only do they have these overcrowded facilities
And okay, I have no problem if you come over legal-wise. If you come over and you actually do the process. I heard it can be a bitch. Yes, but it's worth it in the long run. But if you come over illegally and you get everything handed to you, that's just fucking wrong, and that creates more of a fucking problem. That doesn't help anything. It just makes it worse and then just keeps fueling and fueling. It's like putting gasoline on a lit fire. What happens when your gasoline fuel runs out and you pour more on that set fire? Oh, that's right. If you're not a dumbass, you know that it's going to continue. And most of my audience, I hope you ain't that way. I hope you can find out what the bull crap's going on. And yes, I'm pissed and I'm saying a little bit more and adding fuel to that fire because I can. But this is fucked up on so many levels. I couldn't keep up with the shit over the last 14 days when I had no iPad Pro and I wanted to react to some shit. Including Senator Ted Cruz out of Texas when he did an interview at the facility in Dallas, Texas. Which, oh, by the way, 2,200 kids. Yes, they are social distance up to 6 feet. But guess what? The positivity rate of COVID is at 10%, which makes that to be about the population of that facility has reached a nice good 225 kids infected with COVID-19. Thought we're trying to lower the COVID-19 rates, my friends. And all of Mexico has had a 40% population of positivity of COVID since the pandemic started. And you got these people coming in here with not just COVID, other diseases. Some diseases that us Americans have not been vaccinated for in several years. This is bullshit.
The border. It's clear up to Long Beach, California now. The Long Beach Convention Center has now been taken over by the Biden administration.
Oops.
To house migrants. It's the 12th overflow facility that they're using.
Wow.
Now the number is more than 20,000 unaccompanied migrant children in its custody. 20,000. That's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. But it's not a crisis to the Bidens and the Biden administration.
Totally. It's not a crisis when you have 20,000 children, unaccompanied children, sitting in facilities. 12 facilities, might I add. From the facility on the east side of the United States near the Gulf Coast in Dallas, TX, all the way to the facility out on the far west in Longview Beach, CA. Yeah, totally not a border crisis. There's nothing to see here. I don't see anything. I totally don't. Yes, I fucking do. And I want people to comment. I want to hear everyone's feedback. If you don't want to comment publicly, send me an email. AUSTINSLIFE number 9 at gmail.com. No number sign. I want to hear your feedback. I honestly want to hear things. Don't act childish about it. I want to hear some people's feedback. I'm not scared. I don't bite. I'm not going to get shell-shocked or hurt over whatever you got to say. It's an open discussion. I'm an open book.
And it's all Trump's fault. If you were to listen to what they're saying, they're still blaming Donald Trump for this.
Of course. They're going to be doing this forever. They're
Nuts.
They're still blaming George W. Bush for stuff, I mean, let alone
Yes.
Donald Trump. What I find it really interesting about this whole debate, there's been this back and forth about whether it's a crisis. You know, Jen Psaki kind of famous.
Okay, now I want to jump something here. Are we going to go as far back as blame, well, certainly not Bill Clinton, because he was one of their good boys. Let's see, John F. Kennedy? Are we going to go that far back? Are we going to blame are we going to attack what Washington did back in his presidency? Oh, God, I hope not, because we're going to just, oh, fucking hell. You demon rats do that. We're done. We're done. Like the Democrat Party is shot already, but you're just gonna put that gun right at your foot and just pull the trigger. You're gonna kill yourself. That as a party, you're gonna kill yourself. I'm not 100% for no parties. Do I think parties are gay? Yes, but that's part of the election system here in the United States, and what was here for practically all of the United States' life, just leave it. There's no sense in changing it.
He flubbed it and said it was a crisis by mistake, but they've been pretty good at trying to deny this is a crisis. It's just a humanitarian challenge and all these things. And while I understand the attempt on our side to say, no, this is a crisis and you should admit it's a crisis. And, look, it's true in many, many ways. However, is it true to them?
Wow.
We keep saying it's not a crisis. They should be admitting it. Is it really a crisis to the Biden administration?
Yeah, probably not.
When
I guess not.
When they've dedicated their entire policy to say, basically, we want you here.
Yeah.
They'll say occasionally, oh, well, look, we just wait. Don't come right now. But, they ran with the idea of this past president who tried to stop you from crossing the border was Hitler. And we're going to do the opposite of what Hitler would do here. We're going to make sure.
Whoa. Wait. Trump was never at the levels of Hitler. That's pushing it. That is fucking pushing it. I'm not for all of Trump's shit. He was not at the levels of Hitler. Hitler fucking murdered innocent Jewish people. You want to talk about a murderer? You want to talk about someone that likes to kill people? Look at no further than Andrew M. Cuomo. Fucking dumbass dick. Literally. You want to talk about someone that wants to murder innocent people in nursing homes with COVID-19? Look no further than Andrew M. Cuomo. Oh yeah, what happened to all that? The whole, oh, he raped me. Oh, just like the damn Me Too movement. Oh, yeah, what happened to all that? Oh, Cuomo was going to get impeached. What was all that ruckus about? Not a word. And yet fucking Cuomo's lawyer saying, oh, he does that just to show love and affection. Bullshit. Cuomo, you ever try to be sexual, do any sexual activity around me? Boy, I'm going to whoop your ass. Try me.
That
You 63-year-old senior. I'll fucking kick your ass to God.
you're treated fairly, that you have a path to citizenship. And he even said, we're going to do this in the first 100 days. So if you are someone in Honduras who like maybe wants to take advantage of this, when should you get here? Within the first 100 days, right? He's telling you in advance this is what he wants to do. And so like,
Hold on. Okay, Google. How many days ago was January 20th, 2021? I swear it's
80
been...
days.
Oh, so we got 20 more days of flooding the border. How lovely! I'm too... the Biden administration made me lose my brain cells. I'm actually starting to get a headache. Literally at the stupidity. Like, I don't want to cover this, but as I'm a talk show and I've been out for 14 days, 15 days out of operation, I have to. This is I'd rather talk about how the different shades of blue sky there is outside my house at 6 a.m. What time is it? It is
3:05.
3:05 in the morning. The sun's gonna rise in like 4 hours. I like to count how many different shades of blue there is than this shit. Literally.
I thought of it this way: of like, remember when Popeyes released the chicken sandwich? Their chicken sandwich I think it was last year or the year before. And it was
And it was a big deal.
Big deal, right? And Popeyes came out. They spent a lot of time making this chicken sandwich. They went through all the chefs and they did taste tests and all this and came up with they believe was the perfect chicken sandwich. And then they advertised the chicken sandwich and they had people tweeting about the chicken sandwich and they made a big deal about the chicken sandwich. And then they released the chicken sandwich and you know what? People liked it so much that they lined up at Popeyes all across the country. And the line went down the street, and
wow.
they
I
sold
remember all
so
this.
many freaking chicken sandwiches that they ran out of chicken sandwiches. A chicken place ran out of chicken sandwiches. Was that a crisis for Popeyes? Now, they might say, look, in theory...
Oh, sorry, this is hilarious. I remember the whole Popeye's chicken bull crap. That just... wow.
Would we love to have enough chicken sandwiches to be able to serve to all these people at Popeyes? Sure, I'm sure they would. But would they describe it as a crisis? No. It went exactly how they planned, only better. And that is how the Biden administration is looking at this. It isn't a nuisance, right? Like, I don't think that they want to be dealing with these PR things that are going on with kids, at the border and all this. That they'd rather be spending their, trillions of dollars and banning guns right now. And they'd rather have it be smoother on the border. I bet that they don't want to.
Oh, God. Guns. Like, they're going to talk a rest about this. I'm going to wrap this up and finish this out so I don't chat y'all's ears off. But, oh, God. That's something I'm seeing coming up the pipeline next. So beware about Austin and his rant about guns. I've been around guns 18 years of my life. Never had a gun go off, discharge, shoot anyone around me or my family. People kill people with guns, not guns. Guns don't trigger themselves. Guns don't pull their own triggers and fire and discharge a bullet. It's the people that are medically inclined that do stupid shit, and then demon rats will run with it. So anyways, I hope y'all enjoy this little big political problem that we got in this country. It's fucked up, and to my citizens that are probably either in Canada or other countries, I hope this actually, you actually get some info from this, and I'm open for discussions in the comments section or in the premiere, because I'm probably going to premiere this, or in the, whatever, because I'm not going to live stream this, because these types, I'm going to get rapid fire out and get them done and let them stream over the weekends. So, hope y'all enjoy. And this is Austin. Check out Austin's Tech in the description, and I'll leave a link to the full video, and then the Blaze TV YouTube channel, all down in the description. Peace.